I'm Uma Raj with Tech Help. Welcome to Excel functions in less than 15 minutes. In this tutorial, we are going to see the sum function. Functions are predefined formulas, and a formula is an expression that operates on values in a cell or a range of cells. And the structure of a function is the function name and in parentheses argument 1, argument 2, etc. And the arguments are the values we provide to the function. So sum calculates the sum or total of the given numbers. And we have different ways of accessing the sum. You can click on the formulas tab. There is an insert sum. You can just type a brief description of what you want to, which function you want. So just click sum and say select or go, and you can double click here and access sum like that, or you can come here AutoSum. The first one is sum. You can access sum from this one, or come to the math function under formulas tab. At the bottom you will see sum. So double click and access sum, and also on the home tab, click on the home tab. There is an AutoSum here at the right hand side. So you can just click that down arrow and access sum. And you can always enter sum in the cell and calculate access sum like that too. So that is how we are going to calculate our sum here. There are different ways you can calculate sum in Excel. In the first example, we are going to use a long way of doing it. So you just click on the one cell equal to, and what you are going to do is you are going to find the total or the sum of all the sales of all the quarters for the north region. So you just type sum or start type sum, and you will see that sum is popped up. So you can double click or you can enter, and the first number is your quarter 1 sale, comma, quarter 2, comma, next one, and the last one. Complete your function and enter. So it calculated. So this is what it is. It's sum of all the 4 values. So this is a long way of selecting each one separately. And here also we can do the same function sum. So it pops up, enter, again value for the first region, comma, next one, comma, and all the 5 regions here, and complete your function and enter. You can even select these numbers. You can hard code these numbers into your function, but always it's very important to note that always use cell reference if you have a choice. Never use the values, because in the real world these values change all the time. So if you are referencing to the cell, your function will not break. Otherwise, if the values change and if you are hard coded into the function, then your value will change and function won't work. So always use cell references when you are using a function. All right, so here you don't have to do it again manually. You can use this AutoFILL handle, which is that square here at the right hand side of the cell. If you bring your left mouse here, you will see a black cross here or a plus sign. Just click your left mouse down and just drag it to all the way to the down to the last region. So you are just copying this cell. So when you click here, you will see that when the function moves down, the value is also reflecting the for the quarter sales of that particular region. When you come here, it is showing the next one. So this is called relative cell referencing. When you copy it, it's moving When your function is moving down, your values are also moving. So you can do the same thing here. Click on that AutoFILL handle, the black square here, keep your left mouse down and drag it to the right. So you are copying your function and your values relative cells are also moving. So this is a long way of doing sum. The next one is a common way of doing sum. Instead of selecting each cell separately, you will select the range of cells. So click on select sum and keeping your left mouse down, keep the first value on the quarter one, just drag it to the last value. So it's showing C18 all the way to F18. Complete your function and enter. The same way you can do this, equal to sum, and the first value is the first region, that is north. Keep your left mouse down, drag it all the way to down and enter. And again you can do the AutoFILL copying, so you don't have to do it manually each time, just do it. There are different ways you can do sum in Excel. So once you are comfortable with one way, you can pick that way and do it. The next one is the shortcut way of doing your sum. Let me just remove the values here already entered. That is the shortcut method, keyboard shortcut for AutoSum or sum is Alt and equal sign. So when you click the Alt key down and press the equal sign, it automatically brings in the sum and it's giving you the suggestion like, is it sum C27 all the way to F17? If you are okay with that, just enter it. Again, one more time, either you can use the AutoFILL handle or you can again click your Alt and equal, that's a shortcut for sum, just enter it. And you can either drag it down or you can use your keyboard shortcut. Again here, Alt and equal, and it will look at the cells and it shows all the way from C27 to C31. You just make sure that that is the numbers you want to add, then select, then enter. Again you can do AutoFILL to fill your sum to all the way to the quarter 4, or you can use the Alt equal shortcut. The fourth way of doing a sum is using the named range. That means you can name a range, and it is similar to what we did here using the range, but before we do the sum we can always name a range. So we can name this as north. This range is called north. I already did that. So you can just select it and enter in the name box and enter, and make sure it doesn't allow you to have any spaces, or you can come to the name manager on the functions tab, come here and you can add a new name. So I have all these names here, and you can delete, you can edit your name, you can do all that. So for the easier way, we will just do it in the name box here. So we already selected this. I put the name here north. Now we will come here and equal to sum, and instead of selecting the range, I am going to use that name. So it's called north. Going to start typing and it will pop up here at the bottom. So select north, complete your function, enter. The next one also I already selected and named this as northeast because that represents the northeast region. So come here, sum, and I am going to type northeast. It already popped up here. Select and complete your function. So I already completed the next one. So the third one is sum northeast, the next one is sum southeast, and the last one is sum southwest. So here also I already named this as quarter 1. See, there is no space in between the 1 and the name, because Excel won't allow any space in between the names, so that is called quarter 1. So come here, sum, and when I start typing Q, it already picked the quarter 1. So complete it, enter. Similarly, that's also named quarter 2. Pick that quarter 2, enter, and it's already selected. So we can also check your functions for on the fly. If you want to quickly look at your functions to make sure that if they are adding up right, you can always use your status bar. So I'm going to select all these numbers here. We know that they add up to this one, and you can look at the status bar and it is showing sum, count. There are 5 now. Count in the selected range, and the average is this one. So instead of using a sum, you can always use sum function. You can always use the status bar. You can even edit your status bar to see more or see less. Right click on your status bar, and you can add minimum and maximum if you want. You can add a numerical count, because this count is different from the numerical count, because this one includes everything. If I have a text here, it will include that. So we explained that in the count and COUNTA functions in our video. So I'll put a link at the bottom. You can look at that. So you can add any of these. You can see average. If you don't want to see more, you can take out this by just clicking the sign here. So average is gone. So you can add, you can remove like this. So we already saw that sum adds up to this. So that is one easy way of looking at finding your sum if you don't want to do the elaborate way of adding it using a function. Okay, so today we just looked at the sum function, and we just saw the different ways of doing it. And sum is a very basic function in Excel. It can do by its own, or it can be part of other functions. So if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. And in the meanwhile, play with Excel and practice. We will see you soon with another Excel functions. Thank you for watching.